Hello everyone and welcome to another Bitcoin crypto analysis video. Today we'll talk about the biggest mistakes from newcomers when they start investing in cryptocurrencies. First of all, a quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I am not registered to provide financial advice. This video reflects only my personal opinion. You should always do your own due diligence before investing. You should only invest what you're willing to lose. Having that said, biggest mistakes from newcomers. And these are mistakes I've seen when I talk to people about cryptocurrency. They ask me what it is, how did I get into it, how can they get into it, and from stories I've read online on Reddit and other forums. So here's a quick list. So not doing your own research, blindly trusting other people, looking at only the token price, investing more than you can lose, fear of missing out, and trying to chase prices going with the hype. First one, not doing your own research. This is extremely important. I only came to realize this after I had lost a little bit of money, because especially if you're trying to invest in ICOs or if you want to invest in an ICO, it's like investing in a stock or anything. If your friend comes to you and says, "Hey, I have this business idea, but I need money. Can you invest in it?" You're not just gonna give it money because everyone says it's a good idea. You have to research at least a little bit so you have a better understanding if you're going to receive that money back or not. So here's the same thing with ICOs, and even if it's not an ICO, if it's an already established coin, read white papers. So what the white paper is just the technical paper where they describe how the token works, their mission, objectives, and everything behind the scenes a little bit, and maybe even talk about what are the weak points of the token or the future steps. So the white paper will give you a clear idea of what the team and the company behind it is trying to do, and this will clarify a little bit if it's a good investment or not. Secondly, you should search online. Obviously, always search online. So Reddit, Bitcoin Talk, and other forums. So if you're trying to, for example, you want to invest in Ethereum. Let's say you've never heard of Ethereum. Search online on Reddit, Bitcoin Talk, why you should invest in Ethereum, and especially why you should not invest in Ethereum. Because it's easy to find arguments why you should invest. Everyone's saying invest because the price is definitely going up and it's innovative technology and all that. But I would highly recommend for you to search why you should not invest in Ethereum. Maybe it has too many competitors. Maybe the technology, it is innovative, but it's not as innovative as other tokens out there. So always, how I do it, I search, for example, why not invest in Ethereum or reasons against Ethereum, something like that on Google or Reddit, and you'll find a few answers, and that will give you a good idea of pros and cons if you're reading the white paper, reading Reddit, and then searching the cons of those tokens and coins. Thirdly, you should, on your own, check competitors. So you can also check on Google and just search Ethereum competitors and so on. And you'll see from different news articles and subreddits and all that, different competitors. And then you can read a little bit about those competitors, because maybe when you start reading about competitors, you get more interested in the competitors than the coin you initially wanted to invest in. So it's a very important point. And lastly, and extremely important, is be critical. You're putting your own money in it. So don't just read someone saying, okay, you should invest because the price is going up, and then be like, okay, I'm going to invest. Be critical. Why should I invest? Is this person correct? Why should I not invest? Always have that question in your mind. And with that, let's move to the second point, blindly trusting what other people say. So don't ever invest just from what you hear someone say or you heard someone say, or maybe watch a YouTube video from a YouTuber that says, no, you should invest in this because of different reasons, and then he or she will list different reasons. Don't ever do that. I used to do that. I got screwed over with a few investments. So I would just recommend, again, going back to the first point, do your own research, be critical, find reasons why not to invest, why invest, and then you make your own decision. I know it takes a lot of time, but again, if you want your money to have a great return, why not take the time now instead of just trying to trust someone else that you don't even know that person, and then later you regret that you lost money. So do the research now. It is worth it. Again, also be critical. So if you hear someone say something, be critical. Why is this person saying that? Is this correct? Maybe they're just saying that because they got paid by the company to promote a token or a coin, and you don't know about that, because a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people, they get paid by companies, or they're trying to be a part of the bounty program where they get paid for just promoting different tokens, but they're not telling the viewers that they're doing this. So it can hurt you and not so much the person making the video or talking to you about this. Also, ask yourself, if these people know so much about cryptocurrencies, why are they not doing or trading cryptocurrencies 24/7? I mean, why would a YouTuber that knows so much about all these different coins coming out, that has so much information and is always making money, why would they sit down, make a long video, then edit that video for 1-2 hours to maybe make a little bit of money from YouTube, which is, it's not a lot what these YouTubers make from YouTube. So they can make a lot more if they have all that information. The truth is, no one knows. They're just there. A lot of times they're just saying what they believe, but they're not making that clear. So this is something I try to do with my channel. I expose my opinion, but I will never tell you if I'm investing or not in a coin like a lot of people do, because that will just be a bias. And then if you hear my video, or if you see my video and I'm telling you I'm investing or not, you're already watching a biased video, because that person is not giving you a neutral point of view. That person is maybe giving you pros and cons, but in the end, when that person says I'm investing, in your head you're like, okay, so this person is investing, then maybe I should. But it's not like that. That person can also be lying. So always ask yourself, why are they taking the time to make this YouTube video? Are they such a good person that they want everyone to be rich, or is that they have another reason behind it that we don't know? And lastly, come up with your own contrary points, ideas to a project. If you read the white paper, if you go on Reddit and see the pros of a coin, come up with, why is this a bad idea, or what things could stop this coin from growing. Moving on to the next point. Only looking at token price. This is let's say a stupid mistake, but this is usually just from the very newcomers, people dealing with this for a few days. But I have shown people cryptocurrencies, and when I tell them about the price of Bitcoin and all that, and then they see, for example, Cardano at 23 cents. These prices are from today, but 23 cents, they're like, oh my God, I have to invest. Imagine if it goes to $8,000. But that's not how it works. You should always look at circulating supply. That's the most important part of a coin. For example, Cardano has a circulating supply of 25 billion, almost 26 billion coins, with a market capitalization of 6 billion. The market capitalization is nothing but the price of the coin multiplied by the circulating supply, and then you get to this number. So it's very easy. And then we have Dash that has a 8 million coin supply, so less than 1,000 times less. And they have a 3 billion market cap. As you can see here, if you just look at the price, it would make sense for Dash to be in front of Cardano, but that's not the case. Dash is number 12, Cardano is number 7. Obviously, this is a rank by market capitalization. You can have ranks by price, but ranking something by price does not make sense, especially in cryptocurrencies, because you have different circulating supplies. So if you're very new to this marketplace, first thing is, okay, what's the price? What's the circulating supply? Does it make sense? Is it overpriced? Is it underpriced? That's the first point. Then you move on to the market cap. And that's something that I get asked a lot. So I thought it was interesting to mention it in this video. Next one, investing more than you can lose. Again, a lot of people talk about this, even banks when you're investing talk about this, but it, it's because there's a reason. Do not invest all your savings or 401k or any money you have put aside in cryptocurrency. Only if that money was going to be for investments or if you're really not going to need that money. Just think about yourself if you don't have a job, or in the future if you have to pay medical bills or anything. Will you need that money? If you have, if that's the money, the only money you have left for emergencies, then don't invest it. If you have other things you can take money out from before taking out from investment, then that's the type of investment or money you want to put in, where you have different assets and you can take out money in emergency cases. Just think of yourself when you buy a cryptocurrency that you're not getting that money back. That's the best way to think about it. Obviously, you're investing to get more out of it than what you put in. But if you think of it, for example, you buy a Bitcoin, so you spend $8,000 as of today's price. Think of it as you just lost $8,000. Because if you think of it as, oh, maybe I can make $20,000, you're always going to be losing until the day it reaches $20,000, if it ever reaches that day. I had an economics professor in college that always said that when you buy something, he used to ask, okay, so how much money do you have now? And people would say, oh, so it depends on the price. And he'd say, no, you have zero because you just bought it. If you're buying stock or anything, you just bought a stock, you have zero. It's in our head, we have this psychological idea that, okay, maybe I can make more money, so it depends on the price. No, you just bought something, you have zero money. You're just trying to speculate that in the future you'll be able to sell for more, but that's no guarantee. Maybe tomorrow the markets crash and go to zero, and then you actually lost everything. So that's the idea you should have in your mind. All this because crypto markets are extremely volatile. You can lose more than 70% in a matter of weeks. I have lost more than 70% of some of my investments in different coins in a matter of weeks when it started going down. I invested at the wrong time, didn't take my money out. 70% of my money, not everything, but gone just because it was a bad timing for investments and I wasn't paying attention. So again, I'm saying all this from experience and stories I read. There's a reason why, if you look online, it's not just me saying all this. There's a bunch of different people because everyone has gone through the same things. Next, fear of missing out, FOMO, as they describe on Reddit and online, is don't invest because you regret not investing earlier. So if you see today Bitcoin is at 8,000, tomorrow Bitcoin is 20,000. Don't invest when it has a huge spike in price. That's the worst thing you can do because you never know when it will stop. Maybe you're right. Maybe you'll invest at 20,000 and it will keep growing until 100,000. But chances are, the more a coin goes up, the more the chance of it coming down soon is. So just have that in mind. Don't try to invest because you think that was the last opportunity or that opportunity you would have made so much money. Just be patient. And there are going to be other opportunities. It's a crypto market. There are more than 1,500 coins and projects for you to research and invest. So be patient and other opportunities will come. So lastly is trying to chase prices and going with the hype. I have here a graph. This is from Ethereum. This is the Ethereum graph. And first point is do not try to buy a token or coin whenever it has increased a lot in price. A little bit connected to the previous point, and be aware of hype. So here you have Ethereum right before it reached, let's say, $900 for the first time. In a matter of a month before, it was around half that. So when you see these spikes, these are not the times you want to get in. If you see a straight line up like this, you should wait. Here you can see the price actually ended up going up, but then it's up to you and it depends on how long you want to hold that investment. A lot of people want to just be like, okay, I'll do every week a trade or something. Again, do a lot of research. I don't have all the answers. No one has all the answers. and only you can research and be prepared for your own trading style. So when you have this huge spike, a straight line up, I would invest, because this tells me that chances are this is coming down soon. And it did a little bit, then it went up, then it came down a little bit, and then it shot up to 1400 if I'm not mistaken. But again, then once it hit this price, then it came down to $350 almost. So what if you had gotten up here at 1000 or 1200 and now you lost 75% of your money? This is a much better price. Again, the same I said on the way up. So the more price is going up, the higher are the chances that this price is coming down soon. So the same when going down, the more price is going down, the higher the chances are the price will be back up. Obviously, you had the cases like BitConnect where it was just a fraudulent scheme. So obviously it's not going to come back up because there has been bad news in the market. But if there hasn't been any bad news in the market that will drive the company out of business or that pertains to a certain token is just going down a lot because the market is going down, chances are the more it goes down, the higher the chance of it coming back up. I don't know how much it will come back up, but the higher the chance of it coming up soon. So as you can see here, if someone bought around this area below 600 or 550, some nice gains right here, almost 100%, I would say 80% gains. So if you're patient, you can make great gains and not lose as much money. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to this channel. Let me know what other mistakes you have made or you've heard people have made, and I'll see you guys in the next video.